there. Yeah, that sounds all right. Yep. Good. You want to check yours?
Yep, that sounds good.
Yep. Cool. All right, magic. No worries. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the NWFL Round 12 fixture between the Burnie Dockers, who are hosting the Circular Head Saints in the Terry White Kmart Women's Senior Competition on the North West Coast. Today, in round number 12, we have the Devonport women, the Magpies, versus the Winnie Cats, and they'll be playing out of the Devonport. Out at Latrobe, we've also got, out of Penguin, we've got a big match between the Penguin 2 Blues and Latrobe Demons. And Ulster Robins have the bye. Overcast conditions here at West Park. The lights are on pretty early. Joining me today in commentary is Mr. Jacob Bevis, knows all things sport. So welcome, Jacob.
Yeah, good afternoon, Xavier. Hello, everyone. Great to be here. Looking forward to this one. Bottom two clash, but they're very similar teams, so we should get a beauty, I reckon.
Absolutely. Last time they played down at Smithton, it was a dour affair in the first half. Between the two teams. And game breaker in particular was the lady that's just moving herself into the middle for the ruck, and that's Steph Clark for the Burnie Dockers. And she was the one that sort of took over ascendancy and gave the Burnie Dockers the advantage in the ruck. And that just happened to get them over the line. Similar scoring shots, but the overall result went to the Burnie Dockers. Leading us off today, Mr. Jacob Bevis.
Here we go. NWFL Women's Round 12 action. Clark and Hersey go at it in the ruck. Pretty even contest between the two. Here's Kelsey Smith for Circular Head, just kicking it towards her teammate in Edwards, who couldn't quite hang on to it. The ball on the far wing there. Monique French getting involved. Summer French it was, actually. Smith, she got a handball away. Out wide, trying to pick it up there was Johnston. And that ball very close to the boundary line. Still in play. Smith got a little toe poke away. It comes out for French. Short kick. And it's going to favour the Saints.
Does indeed. This ball's centre of the ground. A couple of people are struggling to find their feet. That looks like Arnold gets a boot to ball. Unable to clean it up. There's Jago with a handball. And move it forward by hands, this time through Edwards. It's inside their forward 50 for Circular Head Saints. They feed it back out the back. That was Edwards again. No one able to get a clearing kick, and according to the umpire, that was holding the football. Interesting. Edwards, the recipient.
So Edwards from centre half forward. Kicks it towards a 2-on-2, nearly marked there by McLaren. It's been toe poked off the deck and out wide to the pocket. Picking it up there was a Saint. Ball bobbling around for the moment. It now gets hacked away towards Clark. Bounce didn't favour her. Here's a chance perhaps for the Saints. It's through. And that was off the foot.
I think it might be Sam Cox.
I think you might be right. So the Saints are on the board.
So first major there to the Circular Head Saints, and that's the start they wanted. Usually they'd be kicking into the wind, going towards the western end to the right of screen. And against the tide, they get the first major. So at the... What are we? Around about the 4-minute mark of the first term. Ball this time from the centre square bounce, kicked inside off the ground by Burnie. Inside the forward 50 for them. Kicking to the left of screen. Scrambling is O'Connor for the Burnie Dockers. She applies a third tackle, and this time she's going to receive the free kick. No, says the umpire, it's going to be a ball up.
And Burnie's into the ground. Clark won the hit out there for the Dockers. It's been hacked away to space. Here's Chloe Moran. She was able to get away through traffic and then kick it inside 50. It's a bouncing ball over the line, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in. Deep inside 50 for the Dockers. The Saints have the first. Clark and Arnold to do battle in the ruck. It was Clark who won the hit out on that occasion. Monique French was pushed off the footy, and she's been rewarded the free. Kicks it inboard. Drop mark. Chance here for Abby O'Connor. Just kicks it up in the air. Monique French gets a dinky old kick away. Here's O'Connor again. Got boot to ball. And players stack on each other. It's going to be a ball up.
We played just over 4.5 minutes into the first term. It's one straight circular head. We're deep inside the attacking territory for the Burnie Dockers. Clark is stripped of the football, goes to ground. She tries to kick it off the ground. Doesn't look like it's going anywhere. And I think we're going to just repeat the process from where it started. In front of the Dowling McCarthy Tyres stand. Underneath the old MCG lights, we might talk to Mr. Bevis about what the Burnie Dockers and the Burnie City Council are doing about those very shortly. Maybe at a quarter time. And it looks like they might be getting a bit of restoration, much needed. Anyway, early in the day, early in the game, ball still inside the forward 54, the Burnie Dockers, and the lights are on. So it's a little bit overcast here, no rain as of yet. And this is going to be the fifth ball up. And the ball, Mr. Bevis, hasn't left that position for the last 2 minutes.
No, they're doing a good job to keep it in here, the Dockers. They just need some reward. So it's been hacked away. Jago had it only for half a second. And the ball's been locked up. Forward pocket for the Dockers. Clark just grabbed it out of the ruck but couldn't hang on to it. And again, we'll get another stoppage.
Good defence by the circular head Saints. Clark gets it down, taps it to herself, wheels around, throws it onto the boots. Not a bad looking kick, hits the woodwork. And that's the first score. And that goes to Stephanie Clark. It's just one behind. So it's 5 points the margin, and we have played 6.5 minutes into the first term. Circular head Saints going to bring the ball back in. Coming around the grandstand side of the ground. Mark has been taken. Play on. Kick further forward. Target there was Johnston. Overran the football. Goes back. Applies the tackle. Had a tackle. It was a good one on Moran. But according to the umpire, it was deemed to be in the back. So Chloe Moran will receive the free kick.
Looking to kick it inside 50. That's exactly what she does. Towards O'Connor, but the ball bounced past her. Now here's a chance for Monique French. She throws it on the boot, but it's out of bounds on the full. In fact, no, it sneaks in for a behind.
Did my eyes deceive me there? I thought it went to the left-hand side of the point post.
I thought so too. I think it did, actually. I think it's... Okay, we weren't wrong.
So it is... Is it a behind or is it a free kick?
I think it's a free kick.
It is a free kick.
Boundary umpire just signalled there, so...
Yep.
We're not blind.
Ball kicked in by circular head. That's a good kick. Good mark taken at the back there by Asher Howard. Kick wasn't as strong as the mark. Jago knocking the ball forward. Standing in the way was Burnie. Good follow-up tackle being applied also by Howard, and we're going to get another ball up. This time we're almost centre wing position. Tap by Clark, comes down. Howard. They throw their boot on the ball, but again, contact, not great. Harvey, first back for the Burnie Dockers. Able to knock the ball forward. Kick off the ground there by Dynan, the vice-captain. Further forward, just chipping in was Howard across half-back for the Saints. She's in a ding-dong battle there with Carey. Ball's not going anywhere. No, she's going to receive the free kick for a push in the back against Binstad.
Goes short, basically to grass in the end. Chloe Moran trying to get her hands on it, but runs out of room. And we're going to get a boundary throw in. Just wide of Burnie's interchange. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the game. Clark might have just got a little fingernail on it. Carey trying to get away out of a tackle, and she's been pinged. So holding the ball, free kick to the Saints.
So Saints will take it across half back. It's almost close or closer to centre wing position. She's not sure what to do with it. Kick wasn't all that effective. There's going to be an opportunity for Moran. She's wrapped up in a tackle. It was applied by Arnold. Ball's going nowhere. It's now in the hands of... She throws Moran out of the way. Clark was being deemed to be holding the football. So handball to Jago. Jago's kick goes straight out of bounds, right in front of the interchange, and we're going to get a free kick. We're being littered with mistakes, Mr. Bevis.
Absolutely. At least it's close on the scoreboard, though.
Certainly is. 5 points the margin. French goes inboard. Good kick. That might have landed in the hands of her sister. That's the captain. So Summer wastes no time. Back towards centre forward. That was a better application of the kicking technique. Got some good distance. First back there was Howard for the Circular Head Saints. She's wrapped up in a tackle by Binstad, and we're going to get a ball up centre forward for the Burnie Dockers.
Pretty even contest in the ruck. Had it there was Howard. It fell out in a tackle. Now the ball's been kicked to the centre of the ground. It's a foot race here. Getting to it was Summer French, but she couldn't quite collect it. Here's a chance for the Saints. They go inside 50, but it's only to the advantage of Chloe Moran. Couldn't hang on to it, but she got a second bite. Tried to push her way through, but ran a bit too far in the end, and it's a free kick to the Saints.
Kick there by the Saints. That's Saywood. Waste no time. Inside forward 50. Mark has been taken. Can't quite pick up the number. And they're going to be having a shot on goal. Not a bad looking kick. Has not going to make... Oh, it's over the top of the back. Will it roll through? Unfortunately, it has with the bounce. And the kick there, I think that might have been number 27. Was that Sam Cox? I'm not sure. Was that Leanna McLaren? Actually, it might be Leanna McLaren. No, is that 27? It is 27. Might get back to that. Burnie bring the ball back in. High. Up towards Steph Clark. Ball brought to ground. Burnie first on top of it, wrapped up in a tackle. Good application there by Smith. The kick inside forward 50 to the advantage of the Saints, and that might be Abby Edwards who has taken the kick, taken the mark, and she'll have the opportunity to score. Not sure if she's got the distance. Kick goes off the side of the boot. First back, Saints, kick inside. That was by Cox. And the mark has been taken by Zoe Johnston. And from a more acute angle, but it may be an extra 10 metres, she has the opportunity. Third time lucky for the Circular Head Saints to score a major. Is she good enough to do so? She's gone across the face and will go through for one behind. So Zoe Johnston, her first score of the day. And they move to 1-2. Yeah, 1-2. The Circular Head Saints 8, leading Burnie Dockers 1 behind, 7 points to margin.
Brooke Chandler to bring it back into play for the Dockers. Goes out wide to Summer French. Just lets it bounce. She's got some pressure coming for her. And she's been held up. So the umpire will ball it up on the far side here of West Park. A cloudy day. Even contest in the ruck between the two rucks. All close to the boundary line. Saints trying to get things moving here, but it spills out of play. So it is going to be a free kick for last touch. Down towards Clark, but it's been intercepted by the Saints. So they can go forward again. Slip through the hands of O'Connor. Ball bobbling around. One of the Frenches trying to get it out of there. But the Saints, they try to go back inside 50. Unsuccessful. Chandler tumbled down as she tried to get it. Here's a chance for the away team. Johnston Got to kick away to the goal square. Good mark. And a goal. Came off the boot there, I think, of Johnston. And the Saints have got the first couple.
Margin moves out to 13 points, 2-2-14, plays one behind. And the corresponding game, last time they played, round 7, down at Circular Head, it was the Burnie Dockers that were doing the exact opposite to the Circular Head Saints. But today, they've flipped the script. So Zoe Johnston, she has 1 goal, 1 to her name.
It was McLaren, my apologies. McLaren who got it from Johnston.
McLaren. Indeed it is. Ball hasn't got out of the centre, but it looks like it's going to be going to Smith. So Liana McLaren has the goal. Good smother. Been applied there by Burnie in the middle of the ground. Smith goes back to pick the ball up. She gets the handball free. Getting her hands on it this time was Dynan. Tries to feed it by hand. She follows back up herself. She's wrapped up in a tackle. The umpire says that'll do it. And centre wing position, the Cade Monday wing, will have a ball up. Round 12 fixture, West Park. AFL Tas live stream brought to you by Terry White Chemmark Chemists, sponsors of the NWFL women's competition. Across half back is Watling for Circular Head Saints. Ball goes straight up and down. Not going anywhere. She applies the tackle. Kick off the ground this time there by Mitchell. It's now inside forward 50 for the Burnie Dockers. Having a shot on goal, but it's to the right of the point post and out of bounds on the full. Circular Head have the opportunity to bring the football back in.
So the Saints lead this one by 13 points. High ball towards the flank. It's going to go straight back out. And straight back to the Dockers. Big kick to the pocket. Didn't find the intended target. Here's Chloe Moran bursting away through. She shrugs off one and then got rid of it. And now we're going to get a stalemate. Inside 50, close to the Dockers' goals.
Shot on goal. Goes to the near side. And they get a reprieve again. Didn't quite pick that up. Did you get that?
It was Mitchell who just couldn't quite find the middle.
So Sophie Mitchell, first score of the game. 2 out of bounds, 2 behinds. So they have been ineffective when they've gone forward, the Dockers. Bringing the ball back in now for the Saints, who are capitalising on their opportunities. That was Jago. Jago's kick. Outside the defensive 50 for the Saints. This time though, brought back in by French under that left boot. Clark picks it up, handballs over the top of her opponent's head. They get the ball back out. There's French, Summer this time, wrapped up in a tackle. It's advantage. Played there by Jago, and the Saints are away. Tended target was missed. That was Sayward. She follows back up though, there's Jago. She's wrapped up in a tackle, going nowhere. It's centre forward for the Burnie Dockers. But at least for the short term, Mr. Bevis, they're out of trouble.
They certainly are. So grabbing it out of the ruck there is Summer French. Might be a chance here if Keep is good enough. She's got Watling coming for her though. Keep tries to pick it up. Now she's got some support through Mitchell, but the umpire has seen a free. So a chance here for Brianna Keep perhaps. Not a lot of time to go in this opening quarter. Doc is yet to score a major. Nearly fell in the lap of Clark there, but she couldn't quite hang on to it. Ball bobbling around. Here's French. Gave the handball away. They try to work it through hands here, the Dockers, but they're not having too much success. Monique French got a handball away. Siren beats everything. So quarter time here at West Park, and it's the Saints 2-2-14 lead the Dockers 2 behinds.
Goal kickers for the Saints are as follows. One to Leanna McLaren and also one to Sam Cox. For the circular head women, and no goal scorers, unfortunately, for the Burnie Dockers. They had same amount of opportunities. So they had 4 scoring shots, 2 out of bounds on the full and 2 behind. So all the points going to the circular head Saints. Better players for the Saints in that term. Definitely Kelsey Smith, Asha Howard, both of those girls playing across the midfield. Leanna McLaren up front, along with Alana Jago, who's been playing forward as well as in defence. I think she might have a bit of a roaming role. And Sam Cox has provided an a presence for them up forward. For the Burnie women, Sophie Mitchell's been a bit of a live wire down forward, along with Chloe Moran across half-back. So both of those girls have been strong for them. I think they've sort of struggled a little bit. Savannah Dinan in the middle has been a strong presence, showing some leadership, and then both the French girls, Summer across half-back and Monique up forward. What's your particular insights, Jacob?
Well, I think it's a great start from the Saints, isn't it? A couple of quick goals, but gee, the Dockers have had a few chances inside 50, haven't they? Just haven't quite been able to put it on the scoreboard.
We're going to take a break from West Park. I hope you're enjoying the AFL Tas live stream. The round 12 fixture between the Burnie Dockers and the Circular Head Saints, brought to you by Terry White Chemmart. The Terry White Chemists supporting the NWFL Women's Senior Competition. We're going to catch up with you very shortly for the start of the second quarter and a bit of an insight as to what's going on with the light towers here at Burnie. And hopefully the advocates, Mr. Bevis, will be able to update what the Burnie City Council and the Burnie Dockers have organised for those fixtures and the restoration of them into the future. We'll see you very shortly for the second quarter.
No changes to Burnie, I don't think, was there? Oh, Courtney Chandler said. Thank you.
Here we go, second quarter underway. Clark pushes it out of the ruck there for the Dockers. Kelsey Smith with it, but it's going to be a free kick here to the Saints. Alana Jago. So Jago just takes on the person on the mark and kicks it inside 50, but it's been intercepted.
That's Kerrison.
So Kerrison out towards a contest. Falls towards the hands of Tyler. Now a chance here for the Saints. Getting a handball away was Radford, but it slips through the hands of her teammate. Johnston had it. And now the ball's been held in the hands of Monique French, and we're going to get a ball up just outside the centre square.
Quick correction, it wasn't Sam Cox in the first quarter that kicked that goal. In fact, it was Piper Wickham. So Piper Wickham, number 24, we apologise to those involved with the Circular Head Saints. Congratulations to Piper for getting on the scoreboard. Ball's just come from that stoppage. Still rolling around. No one's able to pick it up. Head over the football there. Working hard. That was Radford. It's going nowhere. And there's a bit more vigour in the Burnie Dockers, and that might have been because of the rev-up they got, Jacob, by Guy Chalky Gray at quarter time.
He's a passionate man, isn't he?
Certainly is. He made sure in no uncertain terms that the girls knew that they needed to be a little bit more competitive, especially on their home deck. Applying the shepherd there was Mitchell. That was for Ferguson. Her handball, though, has been intercepted, and Smith's able to get the football away by foot. It's now across half forward for the Circular Head Saints.
Well, it goes out of play. It's going to be a free kick by the looks of it to the Dockers. It's in the hands of Morrison.
That's interesting. I actually thought it was inside the forward 50 there. Anyway.
Looks like she's taking the kick outside the 50. Anyway, kicks it down the ground. No mark taken there by Chandler. Clark is involved. Dynan's there as well. The kick not going far at all. Mitchell got a piece of it. It's just bobbling around at the moment, the ball. Kelsey Smith had it. She lost it. Umpire might just have to sort it all out with the ball up, and that's exactly what he's going to do. It's just favouring Circular Heads forward 50.
So across half back for the Burnie Dockers. They're kicking to the right of screen. Clark gets the tap down, being the dominant. There's Smith, possibly the most prominent player for the Saints, inside forward 50. This time is definitely not going to be a free kick. It will be a boundary throw-in. Moran was looking for the opportunity to take the free kick, but a boundary throw-in will be the case. Right in front of the Contel sign, Hallmax Tyres. Contel no more in the Burnie district. Tap down there by Clark. It's going nowhere. Good tackle applied by Burnie on Smith. We'll get another ball up at the top of the 50-metre arc for the Circular Head Saints. So Clark gets the tap, looking for Harvey. Unable to get it. There's Smith again. Good smother. That smother was applied this time by Chandler. Sister Courtney wearing number 6 today. There goes Radford. Gets the handball. Clark with the fist. Jago's got the opportunity. Or is it Smith? Smith passes it to Jago. Jago's kick's half smothered. She follows up with a tackle. That was on Carey. Ball goes across the boundary line inside the forward 50. Boundary throw will be the result.
Clark to do battle in the ruck with Hersey. Clark just grabs it and then clears it outside the defensive 50. It lands on the wing. Here's Ferguson running onto it, but she's got the company of Howard. Also there as well is Courtney Chandler. Moran comes in and gets involved. Saints trying to get things moving here, but the ball's just at a stalemate at the moment. And Monique French has been tackled there by Stokes, and we're going to get a ball up on the far side wing.
Clark takes it out of the ruck. She was up against Hersey. Ball's really not going anywhere. Much more competitive to the Dockers look this quarter. Now in the hands of Smith. Grubber along the ground. It's not to the advantage of her teammates. Moran Well, it might be Dynan to meet the football first. She's going to contest there with Jago, and we're going to get another ball up. Just forward of the centre. Kate Monday wing for the Circular Head Saints. It's the Bass Highway side of the ground. Clark, thumping tap. Interesting to see the champion data stats, or premier data stats, Mr. Bevis, into today's game for the hit-outs for Clark. Kate Monday wing. She goes again. This time it goes to Jago. It's knocked out of her hands by Dynan. Not able to cleanly possess the football. It's now out towards Edwards. She throws it on the boot. Across the shoulder. Kerrison misses the football. Picked up there by Carey. They're able to feed it out by foot and bring it forward to centre wing position. Chandler overruns the football. Diving back in there was Moran. They knock it forward by foot again. It's just sheer will by the Burnie Dockers so far in this second term after that rousing speech given to them by Guy Chalky Gray at quarter time. Mr. Bevis.
Clark just grabs it out of the ruck, as she's done so quite a few times this afternoon. Getting a handball away there was Ratford for the Saints, but Moran gets a kick away. It's a bouncing ball. It bounced inside 50 and then went out of play, so we're going to get a ball in. Dockers yet to score their first major of the game.
Rachel Harvey's super keen to get back onto the ground for the Dockers.
Ball comes back into play. Hersey beats Clark in the ruck. Courtney Chandler tried to toe poke it off the deck. It didn't go very far, and then she had a piece of it, but she's lost it. Now Mitchell's been dispossessed there by Howard. Kelsey Smith gets a kick away, so it's a clearing kick to the outer side wing. It's a foot race. Moran pushed to the ground, and giving away the free kick there was Sophie Edwards. So free kick to the Dockers.
Edwards runs her a lot of distance, kicks the ball. It's a bit up and under. No one able to take the mark. First there was Mitchell. Ball knocked forward. Back, this time it's Chandler. She throws a boot to ball. It's a good kick. It's inside forward 50. Will it roll on? No, it goes at right angles. And finds a sanctuary at the boundary line for the Burnie Dockers in front of Abby Brown for the Circular Head Saints. We're going to get a boundary throw in. We've 8 minutes into the second term. 2-2-14. Circular Head Saints lead by 2, go straight goals. 2 behind Burnie Dockers. A boundary throw in. A little bit to be desired. What will the Saints do here? Trying to knock it out. Hersey then thrown down to a teammate. Ball goes a bit further forward. Again, there's another follow-up. Back in by Moran, inside forward 50, and the mark has been taken by French. This is the Monique variety. Not sure she's got the distance. Goes off the side of the boot anyway. Luck's a fortune, but unfortunately Burnie are unable to take the mark. They tried to feed it out. Chandler again goes to Moran, goes without the football. And they dive on top of it. We're going to get a ball up inside the forward 50. About 35 metres out directly in front of the Burnie goal.
Clark to do battle on the ruck. Once again with Hersey. Clark won the day there, but then she spilled it out to Kelsey Smith, who's been pinged. So a free kick going the way of Dynan. She's a long way from home. So she just kicks it to the goal square. Nearly marked there by a Saint. Here's a chance. Monique French just toe pokes it through. And the Dockers, they've got their first goal of the afternoon.
Desperately needed too. And that's a bit of persistence. 10 minutes into the second term. They are 1-2. They are now one straight goal in arrears of the Circular Head Saints. 2-2-14. So Monique French, been a solid target, showing some leadership up forward for the Burnie Dockers.
Good stuff there by Dynan as well, just to kick it to the goal square.
Certainly was. I'm just looking at the replay now. There she is, just over the back. Smart. Off the ground was French. Ball now from the centre square bounce back towards centre half forward. There is Dynan. She's been prolific for the Dockers, in particular in this term. So goal assist to her name. Centre half forward, Clark, premier big woman on the ground. Gets the tap down. No one able to cleanly pick up the football. Coming through this time. That was Sam Cox. Out wide. Ball's going to find the sanctuary of the boundary line. No, it doesn't. So Burnie are going to get there first. And goes across. Feigning for a free kick was the Burnie player. Not receiving one. And we're going to get a boundary throw in. That'll be the result.
Clark and Hersey in the ruck. Clark just grabbed it out of the ruck once again. Gee, she's done that a few times this afternoon. Wasn't to the advantage of anyone, though. Jago just toe pokes it off the deck, and it's going to be a last touch disposal free kick going the way of the Dockers. Dynan to take it. So Dynan called to play on. Just kicks it high into the air in the Moran direction. Couldn't mark it though. There were bodies everywhere. And now the ball's been locked up. So a ball up on the outer side.
So half forward for the Burnie Dockers. Clark, strong, out of the ruck. Takes it, throws it on a boot. Jay goes back there to be able to reprieve for the Circular Head Saints. Kick. It's to the advantage of her teammate. That might have been Cox. Works the ball forward. Again, they get their boot to ball. They're taking ground. That's exactly what they need to do. Summer French back there first. Then gives it the ball to Chandler. That works a treat. Kick back towards the Cade Monday wing. Space is what they find. Clark able to beat her opponent. That was Hersey. Unable to take it cleanly though. And then off the ground was Jago. Standing in the way was Dynan. She takes the mark. Gets the kick forward. First there to try and take the ball was Ferguson. But they lose possession. Jago's now got it in her hands. Good smother being applied there by Dynan. Forward pressure. Ball comes off her and a boundary throw will result. Cade Monday wing. It's 6 points to margin. 1-2-8. The Burnie Dockers. They're trying their Circular Head Saints at home. 2-2-14.
Boundary umpire about to toss it back into play. That will probably have to come back. It's a hard gig throwing the ball in.
It is when the water, it's been heavy.
Yes.
No doubt about it.
Clark and Hersey doing battle. Clark just won the ruck contest there. Courtney Chandler had it for a moment. Moran trying to steal it. But Kelsey Smith comes away with it. But the umpire's blowing his whistle here. And it's going to be a free kick to the Dockers. It's Dynan who has possession.
So Dynan from centre wing position. Kicks the ball down the Bass Highway side. Cade Monday wing. Jay goes first back for the Saints. Gets a handball to a teammate. Throws it onto the boot. Wastes no time. Finds space. Takes ground. First back is Cox. He's under pressure there by Kerrison. He's got to head over the football. Here comes Smith to provide some support. Umpire says no. We'll have a ball up. Right in front of the Cade Monday wing sign.
Thrown up very quickly. Hersey beat French there, who was in the ruck on that occasion. Now receiving a handball there was Johnston. Gets the kick inside 50. It's wattling up against Brianna Keep, who couldn't quite mark. Ball bobbling around. Coming away with it there was Tyler. I think she might have thrown it. The umpire does pay it, and it's going to be a free kick to the Dockers.
Could have also been possibly a dumping tackle. Nonetheless, it's in the possession of the Dockers. That kick comes towards the centre of the ground. Clark stands tall. Hersey's able to knock the ball away. Dynan's there first. She gets a boot to ball, front and centre. Tries to take ground. Good pressure applied. Allows Moran to get the football. She doesn't have possession. She's been held, I think. And the free kick will go to her. No, it's going the opposite direction. So taking the ball will be Park McCabe. So centre of the ground. Decides to play on. That's an interesting decision. She pulls it to Zara Sayward. Goes back inside forward 50. Jago front and centre. Gets the handball back. No one able to take it cleanly. Wrapped up in a tackle was Hersey. Ball comes to ground. Kicking the ball off the ground this time was Brooke Chandler. We're now towards half forward for the Dockers. It's 2v1. Saints favour. They're not going to win this though. Well done to the Burnie Dockers forwards who hold the ball up across half forward.
Thrown in the air. Clark beats Hersey. Dockers go inside 50.
Ooh.
It's a tumbling ball. Might have nearly been kicking in danger, but the umpire puts the whistle away. And now the ball's been held up inside 50 for the Dockers. They've scored the only goal of this quarter so far.
Clark knocks the ball down. Not taken by anyone. I'm going to repeat the process. We're down within about 2 minutes to go of the first half. So we're deep into the second quarter. It's 1-2-8, plays 2-2-14, advantage to the visitors. Clark takes it out of the ruck. Throws a boot on the ball. In front with the Dockers. There might have been Morgan. She's not able to take the mark. Ball goes to ground. They're fighting for possession. Good desperation by the Saints. It might have been through Arnold, and we will get a ball up. Clark versus Hersey. Clark wins it down. No one's able to take it except for Smith. She feeds it by hand. Out to Cox. Cox's handball. Doesn't find the intended target, but she will receive the free kick because she released it before she was tackled.
Kelsey Smith is screaming for it out on the wing, but the ball just goes up in the air. So the Saints trying to get their way outside the defensive 50 here, but Jones can send the Dockers back in, but that is a good mark taken there by...
She's still asking for it.
A Saint. I think it might have been Park McCabe. So Jago kicks it out wide. Here's Moran. Picked it up very cleanly. She's got to be careful though. And she's been pinged. It's a good tackle there by Kelsey Smith, holding the ball. Saints free.
Time is of the essence. It's inside forward 50. French is there back for the Dockers. Gets a relieving kick. Jago. Oh, she's put it out in front of her teammate. That might be Park McCabe. She's got time on her side. She's quick enough. Well, she hasn't been over and picked the ball up yet, so she's now under pressure. Good pressure being applied by Murison. They're able to relieve the Burnie Dockers. She gets it this time as Park McCabe in the tackle. Not deemed to be thrown. Burnie Dockers get their relieving kick again. Now they've made it to half forward. Dying seconds of the first half. Head over the football. That was keep. Ball is going, and she's going to receive the free kick. We're at 20 seconds left in the first term. She wastes no time. She kicks inside the forward 50. It's not to the advantage of her teammate. Ball ricochets off the Saints' defence. Clark just knocks it forward. I don't think we're going to get another score. Time is going to beat them. And the final siren will finish the first half with the Dockers trailing by 6 points, where we see at half-time the Circular Head Saints 2-2-14, Burnie Dockers 1-2-8, and goal scorers Mr. Bevis.
The goal scorers, Wickham got a goal there at the first of the game, McLaren, and for the Dockers, the goal there halfway through the second quarter came through the boot of Monique French, a toe poke off the deck. So at least we've got a good game. It's not the cleanest game in the world, but it's a close game, which is what we want. Yeah,
much more competitive by the Burnie Dockers after the rocket they received there by Chalky Gray at quarter time. All and sundry at West Park could definitely hear what Chalky was relaying to the players about their uncompetitive nature, according to the coaching fraternity at the Burnie Dockers. Some of the better players in that second term, Jacob, for the Burnie women?
Well, Moran's probably been the standout. I think she's been getting plenty of the footy, although she's been pinged a couple of times, but no, she's been doing her bit. Dynan's having a good game. The Frenches have been thereabouts. Even Courtney Chandler's had a little bit of it as well. That would probably be my sort of 4 or 5.
I'd also throw in there Steph Clark. She's been a dominant big player, big player on the ground for both teams, and there's no doubt she was going to win the hit-outs throughout the course of today's proceedings. For the Circular Head women, I thought Kelsey Smith in that first half was very strong for the Circular Head Saints. In that second term in particular, I thought Zoe Johnston sort of came in to show some support, in particular across half-back. Obviously, Alana Jago has been consistent throughout the first 2 terms, and possibly Sam Cox has also been prominent as a forward for the Circular Head women. So at half time, my apologies, at the Westpark Oval in the round 12 fixture between the Burnie Dockers and the Circular Head Saints, it is the home team that are trailing by 6 points, 1-8. The Burnie Dockers to the Circular Head Saints 2-14. Again, just around the grounds, Penguin had a dominant win at Penguin in an earlier game, or fixture game against the Latrobe Demons, 10-15-75 to Latrobe Demons 3-1-19. And Jacob at Devonport, it's been the all-conquering Wynyard Cats, who only went down the other week to Penguin Football Club, but they kept Devonport scoreless 16-11. 107, the Wynyard Cats, and they're going on their merry way, possibly hoping to double up in season 2026.
Just shows the sort of the gap, isn't it, between the sort of the top three teams and then the rest. So, but no, I'll be interested to see when Wynyard and Penguin come up against each other again. That will be a good game. Absolutely,
I'm looking forward to that fixture when that happens later on in the season. Just wanted to, as I mentioned prior to quarter time, about the lights and the restoration of the lights here at Westpark Oval. I noticed that there was an article in the newspaper for the production in which you work for, Jake. Are you able to enlighten us about what's going on with regards to the lights fixtured here at Westpark Oval and the organisation and collaboration between the Burnie Dockers and the Burnie City Council?
Yeah, well, it's all part of the Burnie City Council's budget for the 26-27. So they'll get a bit of an upgrade here soon, as well as McLaren Park as well. I think it's called, McKenna Park, I should say, will be part of that down at Somerset. So, no, that should be good. I think might enable some night games, the Burnie president was saying the other day. So, if you want to read that story, make sure you go buy a subscription to The Advocate. I probably should put that in.
Yeah, no, looking forward to seeing what they come up with. Obviously, these light towers here have been fixtured at Westpark Oval for a very long time now. Be close on 30 years, I would imagine. I still remember the old days. They used to have the big gallon drums over the other side and the fire pits going and the wet area and people standing all around. So not quite those halcyon days. That was back in the old TFL days when Burnie was actually represented as the Burnie Hawks.
Bit before my time by the sounds of it.
Some magical players. Dale Wilson, Lee Heath, the Bourne brothers, Darren Weller, Ian Coffey, Scotty Knight and company were all part and parcel. Robbie Benny, Craig Cross. Anyway, we could keep going on and reminisce. Nonetheless, at half-time here and the round 12 fixture of the Terry White Kmart Senior NWFL Women's Competition between the Burnie Dockers and the Circular Head Saints. It's 6 points the margin in favour of the Circular Head Saints, 2-2-14 to 1-2-8. We're going to take a break. Look forward to your company for the second half via AFL Tas live stream.
Welcome back to West Park for this NWFL Round 12 Women's Clash. And as we get underway for the third term, it's the Saints that lead 14-8. So we're underway once again. Clark beats Hersey in the ruck, just taps it towards her teammate in Johnston, who lost it. It's spilled out the back to Kelsey Smith, who gets things going inside 50. Trying to pick it up there was Murison for the Dockers. Now trying to get onto it there was Wickham. She did so in the end, but the handball was turned over. The Dockers had it for a moment, but now the Saints are back in possession. They go inside 50. Chance here for Park McCabe. Tried to get it out wide to Jago. O'Connor was in the way. Moran involved now. Jago and also Park McCabe holding her up, and we're going to get a ball up top of the 50 for the Saints.
Around the grounds too, the Tasmanian Devils and the VFL have got a commanding win against, I think, the Gold Coast Suns down at North Hobart. So that earlier fixturing today. Going on their merry way, the Tasmanian Devils, Sparley Bogue, I believe, has had a fantastic game. And we're here at his home ground, West Park, as Clark gets the tap down. Smith's the first one back. She's unable to take it cleanly. Park McCabe knocks it off the ground. Then Hersey, handballs inside forward 50. Edwards knocks the ball forward. It's going nowhere. She applies a tackle. Throws that on Kerrison. We're going to get a ball up just inside the forward 50. We are the grandstand side of the ground. Saints kicking to the right of screen. They lead 2-2-14 as Clark takes it out of the ruck. Look at that. I'd say she might have been the premier player on the ground. Kicks inside the centre square. First back was Howard for the Saints, and she's been wrapped up in a tackle. And according to the umpire, that is holding the football. Recipient of the free kick will be Burnie's. I'm not sure who that was off the top of my head, but nonetheless, there's Edwards, gets the handball away from the kick. Dynan over the top of the ball. Johnston diving in there was Chandler. Comes back to Dynan. Johnston, smother. It's going nowhere. We're going to get a ball up. We are grandstand wing, centre of the ground. 2-2-14. Saints lead the Burnie Dockers 1-8.
Pretty even contest that time between Clark and Hersey, although Clark was able to get a handball away. And the Dockers win the clearance out of the stoppage. Here's Monique French, who was able to burst her way through, handball it off to Mitchell. Now the kick favouring Watling, but she's got some pressure coming for her. Watling just kicks it out to the boundary line, and I think that went over without being touched. So it's going to be a free kick to the Dockers. Chloe Moran to take the kick and send the home side inside 50. It's a low kick, and it's been cut off there by Brown, I think it is.
Releases to Jago. Jago's kick goes towards centre wing position. They knock the ball off the ground. That was by Radford. Again, gets knocked forward. 3v1. Saints v Dockers. Dockers now come with numbers, and they hold it up. Centre of the ground, just forward of centre for the circular head Saints. Hersey tries to knock it away from Clark. Stands tall and strong. Is able to throw the ball onto a boot. Dockers get boot to ball by Main. Towards centre half forward. They bring it back. Dynan unable to take the mark. Knocked away by Jago. That was smart footy. She knocks it forward. It's now in the hands of Burnie. There might be Chandler. Loses possession. Back towards Johnston. Came a handball from Sayward. They're inside forward 50 now. The kick forward by Radford. Lands in the hands of Leanna McLaren. She's got the opportunity to go forward quickly. She tries to take it. I think she's got the distance. She got the accuracy. Certainly has. Extends the lead to 12 points. And it's a circular head. Saints 3-2-20 leading the Burnie Dockers 1-2-8. And we have played 5 minutes into the third term.
Big goal in the context of the game. Not a lot of goals, of course, so they're just as crucial as they ever have been.
And that's her second. She's providing a real target when they move the ball quickly, Jacob.
Absolutely. So So they got a big advantage in the early stages of this third term, the Saints. And we go back to the middle. Clark wins the hit out. Taps it towards Dynan, who runs onto it and then bursts away through. That was brilliantly done. And then goes inside 50. No mark taken. Howard trying to get away with the footy, but she's been wrapped up. It spills out. Perhaps a chance for the Dockers. Moran comes in and collects it and then runs into all sorts of trouble. And we're going to get a ball up centre half forward for the home team.
So inside the forward 50 for the Dockers. Clark takes it out of the ruck. Kick smothered by Jago. She gets a dinky one. She's looking for finding a teammate. That being Howard is wrapped up in a tackle, ball going nowhere. We're going to do it all again. Under lights here at West Park. Round 12 fixture of the NWFL Women's. Brought to you by Terry White Chemmark Chemists. Clark loses the football. Jago's kick. Chopped off there by Burnie. Kick back in. Was done by Moran, Amalia. And guess who it lands in the hands of, Mr. Bevis?
It's Jago. Plays on, taps it on the ground, and then kicks it towards the wing. Tried to find Saywood. She's going one-on-one here with Kerry. None of them can really get a clean possession of the footy. Other players joining in. Umpire's paid a push here. So it's going to be a free kick to Saywood. She's got Kelsey Smith all alone. Just couldn't quite hit her up in the end. Here's Cox now getting a handball away. Kelsey Smith involved. Ball being held up for the moment. And it's going to be a ball up inside 50 for the Saints. In fact, no, it's a free kick. Yeah. Kelsey Smith. There you go.
She might have the opportunity here to make it a 3-goal margin. Might be right on a distance. Let's see what she does. Not a bad looking effort. And it draws just a little bit to the left. And it goes through for one behind. But that's her first score of the game. Jago's having a quarter. There's no doubt about that, Jacob.
Absolutely.
They bring the ball back into the Dockers this time. They come and score grandstand side of the ground. Clark being the target. Why not? She's being dominant. And then she does the work on the ground as well. Gives it to Dynan. Dynan's wrapped up in a tackle, loses possession. They tried to feed it back out to French. She throws it onto their trusty left boot. Finds some space. There's Moran. She's taking on 3 Saints. She's good enough to do so. Throws it onto her right boot. Mark, though, is taken in the middle there by Saywood.
Saywood for the Saints. Just kicks it short. Park McCabe was the target, but it was almost marked by Dynan, who was out the back. She's trying to collect the footy now, Dynan, but she's been wrapped up, and the umpire will ball it up centre half forward for Circular Head. Clark and Hersey to do battle once again. Even contest between the two. Slip through the hands of Dynan. She goes in for another crack. She gets boot to ball. It was only as far as Jago. The ball bobbling around now. Spills out to the side to Monique French. Mitchell tried to toe poke it off the deck in the centre of the ground. Howard now has been wrapped up, and the umpire will ball it up.
Back in the centre of the ground. 2 goals to margin, favouring the Saints. Jago being the prominent player for the Saints. Clark for the Dockers in his third term. Hersey misses the football. It's not going anywhere. We're right smack bam in the middle of that egg. That's the centre circle of West Park Oval. Hersey almost knocks it out. Does. Second time attempt at it on Clark. Clark wraps up Smith. And we're going to do it all over again. Players envelop the centre square. Out to Johnson. Ball got tapped. She throws it onto the boot. Good mark taken there by Park McCabe. She plays on. Kicks the ball at right angles. Not to the advantage of Cox, though, unfortunately. She's up against Murison. Murison wins out, knocks the ball out. It's cleaned up, though, by Saywood. Inside forward 50 for the Saints. They have an opportunity here. But there's the resolute defender in Moran. Oh, she gives the ball back up to the Saints. They get the handball clear. Who's going to be first back? The Dockers are. They throw it onto the boot. That might have come through Chandler. Brook variety. They again knock it forward by foot. Does it find the sanctuary of the boundary line? It does. So the free kick will be going to the Circular Head Saints, one would think. And that might go to Sophie Edwards.
Now, play's just been stopped here. A couple of Saints looking all sorts.
Yeah, just inside the forward 50. I wonder what's happened.
I think that might be...
Is that Jago? And then I might have collided. So that's Abby Edwards.
Yeah, Abby Edwards is one of them.
Is that Brittany Arnold? May not be. And there's Keith Billing, head trainer.
Tough game sometimes, isn't it?
Certainly is. Totally agree with that. They talk about the athleticism and that the World Cup players are showing at the moment. And imagine throwing a little bit of contact. Abby Edwards is also coming off for the Circular Head Saints. I think she's been asked to come off, part of the concussion protocol. The girls are happy having a bit of a laugh.
While they're in absolute agony.
That's it.
So, Sophie Edwards kicks it in board. Didn't find a target though. And now trying to get away with the footy there is Chandler for the Dockers, but we're going to get a ball up on the far side of West Park. Umpire throws it up in the air. Clark just grabs it out of the ruck. Didn't quite get boot to ball. Spills out to Clark. Not the best of handballs away. Sophie Edwards now involved. Just handballs it out wide, and this will be a free kick to the Dockers. Last touch, and it will be Kerry to take it.
That was Zara Sayward and Abby Edwards that have come off, Jacob.
Right.
So they kick by the half. Cross half back there by the Dockers has been taken by Circular Head. They bring the ball back towards centre half forward. Arnold being the target, unable to take the mark. Chipping in was Rachel Harvey for the Dockers. Gets a boot to ball. Then follows back up. Good hip and shoulder. Here comes Brittany Arnold. And she holds possession, and she's wrapped up in a tackle, gives it back to the umpire. They want to have another ball up.
Hersey won the hit out there on that occasion, falls to Dynan, gives it off to Chandler. She's been dispossessed. Umpire blows his whistle. It's going to come back to Chandler for a free kick. Brooke Chandler, that is. So just taking her time for the moment. Now she gets moving, just runs past the player on the mark and then goes inside 50. Mitchell is there. She doesn't quite take the mark, or does she? No, she's dropped it. So play goes on. Little kick towards Harvey, but the ball beats her over the line. So a boundary throw in, deep inside 50 for the Dockers.
3-3-21. The Circular Head Saints lead the Burnie Dockers 1-2-8. We have played almost 13 minutes into the third term, so it's about a third of the quarter to go. Hersey knocks it forward. Unfortunately, it came off a boot. It's outside the forward 50 for the Burnie Dockers, so they're going to get the free kick, and that's going to come through the services of Brooke Chandler. So Brooke Chandler will bring the ball back in. Does so with a sky-high kick. That's bringing rain. There's no doubt about that. Standing underneath it was Johnston, unable to take the mark, but landing on the last line of defence for the Circular Head Saints. The arms of Brittany Arnold.
Arnold kicks it towards the half-back flank. Saints are going to come away with it here, although the kick is not the best. Dynan now comes in to try and collect. Saywood in amongst it as well, so she must be back on the ground. We're going to get a ball up.
So ball up, top of the 50. Burnie Dockers. Clark takes it out of the ruck. Ball's being fed out. Lands in the hands of Circular Head Saints. Handball forward by Sophie Edwards. Finding Jago. Jago stops, props, throws it onto the boot. Trying to get there. It was Park McCabe. She dives on top of the football along with a few others. Ball comes back out to Dynan, throws it on the boot. It's now towards half forward. Chandler in pursuit. It's picked up and kicked. I think that might have been by Carey, but Circular Head are able to repel. Now on the hands of Smith. Smith's kick forward. Good mark taken across half back there. I think that might be Kerrison.
Dockers back in possession. Kicks it inboard to Eade. She goes towards a contest Nearly marked there by Ferguson, but just couldn't quite hang on to it for long enough. Jago getting down and dirty. She comes away with it and then kicks it towards the wing. Moran now onto it, tackled by Saywood, and we're going to get a ball up on the skirts of the centre square.
So, Cape Monday wing side. Hersey wins the tap this time. Few and far between. Handball out there by Edwards. They're taking ground. The Saints. Oh, Smith run into by the Burnie player. Umpire holds the whistle and then says it's going nowhere. Smith gives it back and we'll have a ball up. Half forward for Circular Head Saints. Clark takes it. No one competing against her. Throws it onto the boot. Inside the centre square. Unable to take the mark was Howard. Ball comes to ground. Picking it up was Arnold. And that's because Howard had placed a terrific tackle and will receive the free kick.
Howard looking out to the outer side. Sophie Edwards just couldn't quite take the mark. It spills out there for Kerry. The kick just bounces past players. Now a chance here for the Saints if they're good enough. The kick lands on the outer side. Hersey had it, lost it. And the ball's been held up. So ball up, Clark. Hersey to do battle once again. Clark just got the hit out there on that occasion. Hersey had it, lost it. Saywood. The ball spills out too, but the umpire's blowing his whistle. It's going to come back to Hersey for a free kick to the Circular Head Saints.
Hersey, centre of the ground. We're inside the last 90 seconds of the third term. Gets it towards centre forward. If the bounce is good here, they might be able to take advantage of it. All right, by hand. It's fed out. Chance now. Over to Arnold. Comes back inboard. Jago running into an open goal. Is she able to convert? Unfortunately, she goes across the face, draws the football, and one goes begging. So Alana Jago had a real opportunity there, Jacob, to solidify that margin. Unfortunately, only takes it to 14 points.
Haven't won a game yet this year, the Saints. That would have helped a lot. They hold a good lead at the moment, though. So O'Connor runs out of the goal square. The kick is to the boundary line. And then trying to pick it up there was Monique French, but she runs out of room. Because it come off the hands, it's going to be a boundary throw-in. So about 18 seconds to go. 22 plays 8. Saints in front. Clark beats Hersey. Here's Kelsey Smith just taking it off her teammate and kicking it inside 50. It falls to space. Cox runs onto it. Gets a little handball away to Tyler. Comes unstuck though. French clears it away to the centre. And the siren sounds. 3/4 time. Are the Saints looking towards their first win of the season? They've got a quarter to play. 3-4-22 to 1-2-8 is the score at 3/4 time.
So one goal to the Circular Head Saints in that third term, and they extend the lead now out to 14 points. It was 6 at half time and 12 at quarter time. So the Saints have led all day today. Are they able to hold firm in that final quarter? Goal scorers, we have 2 to Leanna McLaren, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. And Piper Wickham also scored 1 in the first. The only goal scorer for the Burnie women was Monique French in that second term over the back, running into an open goal, that soccer goal. Better players for the Burnie Dockers, Jacob.
Well, Moran's having a good game, as we've mentioned. Clark's also having a big say in the ruck. Dynan's been getting plenty of the footy. Haven't minded Brooke Chandler either. And am I missing anyone else? It's probably about right, I reckon.
Steph Clark also.
Yep.
I think she's obviously been the premier big player on the ground between the two sides. For the Circular Head women, well, Kelsey Smith has been outstanding over the course of the first 3 quarters. Gabrielle Park-McCabe in that third term was very prominent in and around. Poor old Zara Sale was having a good term, but she's had to come off due to the concussion protocol, running into Abby Edwards there in that third term. Leanna McLaren obviously has been the target up front with 2 goals in front of her. The other player I thought has actually been pretty good in that third term was Brittany Arnold across half back. Oh, I should also mention Alana Jago.
Yes.
You know, she's been terrific as well. She's been everywhere all around the ground. So at three-quarter time in the Terry White Chemmart round 12 fixture of the NWFL Senior Women's Competition, it is the Circular Head Saints yet to win a game this season, leading by 14 points, 3-4-22. Playing away at West Park against the Burnie Dockers at 1-2-8. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be back for the fourth quarter. We hope you can join us on AFL Taz live stream.
Back underway in this round 12 NWFL Women's Clash. Can Circular Head register their first win of the season? They're in front at the moment, although the Dockers are surging forward. Falls towards Jago off hands. Her kick towards Hersey. There's a Docker down there. Play goes on. It was Dynan who's found her feet as the Saints try to press forward here. They go inside 50. It's a one-on-one, so it's a foot race here. French was able to burst her way through. Kicks it out wide towards Jago. Twisting and turning. Tries to get past another one. Just handballs it to space and then runs under her own footy. How about that? And then Saywood was dispossessed and pinged for holding the ball.
So ball in the hands of Burnie. The kick by Dynan towards centre wing position. Cape Monday side. Getting back there first was Murison. Unable to take it cleanly. Away goes Howard to Jago off the ground. Dynan asking for the football and the free kick for the lasso. And she will receive it. Cape Monday side of the ground.
I think the Dockers desperately need a goal here. Hersey, that's a good mark. Great mark there by the Saints ruck. Kicks it towards centre half forward. No mark taken.
Ooh.
Harvey. A big hit there as Harvey.
She's hurt a teammate too.
Clears it away. Trying to get onto it there was Murison. Spills out there to O'Connor. She gets a kick away. It's a one-on-one. Kemp might get a free here for the Dockers. She does. Given away there by Brown.
So Kemp plays on. Keep plays on, but she's been asked to come back. And that was Dynan too. They got hit there by Harvey a bit before. She's a little bit rattled. Sky Navarro for the circular went to help her up. She looked a bit wobbly on her feet. Kick inside forward 50. Good mark. Standing resolute in defence. Zoe Johnston. Kick back out. Finds some space. Looking for Saywood. She's back on the ground. I found that interesting. After that knock before. Although she looks okay. Ball goes out of bounds. Lasso free kick. Recipient for the Burnie Dockers will be Lauren Carrison.
Did see Abby Edwards at 3/4 time go to the change rooms. Of course, that big knock between the two teammates in that third quarter. So the ball on the far wing, picked up there by Tyler. It's going to be a free kick to Clark. So Clark for the Dockers. She's been dominant in the ruck this afternoon. O'Connor might have been the target, couldn't mark it. Here's Brooke Chandler just hacking it out wide. It's a foot race here. Running onto it is Johnston. She's been good in defence. She's been taken high. And it'll be a free kick.
So free kick across halfback for the Circular Head Saints. It's Brown, up and under, centre wing position, Cade Monday side, road wing. They release back to Smith, kick smothered. Arnold's over the top of the football. Going nowhere according to the umpire. We're going to get a ball up right in front of the sight screen, far side of the ground. They're trying to do some interchanges. Unfortunately, all the players are over the other side of the ground at the moment. So all they're doing is getting a little bit cold with the gloomy skies all around here at Burnie. But at least we have no rain, and the wind is coming from the north at the moment. Dynan. Ball's gone nowhere. I'm going to get another ball up right in front of the side screen. Bass Highway side of the ground, also known as the Cade Monday wing.
Clark and Hersey in the ruck. Clark wins the hit out. Dockers are able to clear it away, but only as far as Howard, who hangs on to it. Now that kick is a little risky. Chloe Moran, she can run onto it if she's good enough.
Right,
she falls on the ground. She gets back up, though, and does a little don't argue, and then handballs it away. How about that? And now the Saints can go here, perhaps. Saywood just kicks it away, but only as far as Summer French. Her kick only as far as Johnston.
That is indeed.
So Johnston down the ground, but taking the mark there is Chandler.
The tip for tat. So, Chandler boots the ball back towards centre half forward. No one able to take the mark. Throwing a fist in there was Coates. Ball to ground. No one able to take clean possession. Umpire says we'll have another ball up. Clark gets there. Hersey up against Clark. Gotta love the competitive spirit. She gets the boot to Balders, Hersey. Getting the kick this time was Jones for the Dockers. Defence by Circular Head. Kicks the ball back towards the centre of the ground. Overrunning the football once but not twice was French. And that's a good kick. Finds some space inside forward 50. Races on here. Was that a push in the back? Given away there by Carey? I think it was. And the Circular Head Saints will be the recipients of the free kick.
So Howard to the lead of Jago. Just couldn't quite mark it on the full, but she was able to grab and go. Kicks it towards a contest. It comes off hands. Trying to get away with the footy there was Wickham. Umpire's blown his whistle. And it's going to be a free kick to the Dockers. So Burnie can surge forward once again here. They've had a few inside 50s in this last quarter. Abby O'Connor just couldn't quite control it initially. And it's going to be a free kick for a push.
It's going to Zoe Johnston. So Johnston now will receive it. She's been strong in this last term so far, cross half back. Ball comes off hands, and we're going to get a boundary throw in. Ball's been over that Bass Highway side, also known as the game's record holder here at the Burnie Football Club, over the journey. Cade Monday wing. Boundary throw in. No one's able to clear. Lots of tacklers. Handball comes out. Kick there by Chandler inside. Eade overruns it. There's Smith. Ooh, taken high, possibly. Dinah's asking for a free kick. Umpire ignores that. Ball gets knocked out. Diving in on top of the football was Burnie. And that was Moran. And on top of her was Park McKay. Ball comes up, down. Given away to Dinan by Clark. Inside forward 50. No one able to take the mark. Trying to get the free kick was Chloe Moran. And unfortunately, she was deemed to be holding the football or incorrect disposal. Well done by Alyssa Coates.
Very good tackle. They are handling the pressure well here, the Saints. It's pretty much lived in their defensive 50 in this last quarter. It's out to the outer side wing. Here's French. Did well. That's Summer French. Although she spills the ball. Now toe poking it away is Wickham. Goes toe-to-toe with Ferguson. Ferguson got a handball away. But running onto it there was Stokes. Turns it over. Falls out to O'Connor. She's been tackled down. That was a brilliant tackle. And a free kick going the way of the Saints.
Desperate times means desperate measures, and the Dockers are running out of time. So desperate measures are going to be the order of the day. Saints move the ball quickly along their Cade Monday wing, trying to take the mark. Unfortunately not doing so was Watling, but they're able to get the ball inside forward 50. Is that Edwards there? It's first back, gets the handball over, looking for Navarro. Getting back was Harvey. She overruns the football, falls over. Navarro picks it back up, brushes off one, two Dockers defenders. They get the ball forward off the ground. Watling has the opportunity right on the goal line. Misses everything. Take clean air. And the ball goes across. And we will have a boundary throw in. So, comedy of errors there, Jacob.
Yeah, that was
by all involved.
That would have sealed it. Still a bit of time remaining. Harvey hacks it away. But it falls in the hand of none other than Kelsey Smith. And this would definitely make it incredibly hard for the Dockers if she could put this one through.
20 points would be the margin if she can do it.
She's directly in front, but she's kicking from slightly long range. Doesn't quite have... Well, in fact, she did have the journey in the end, but the accuracy not so much. Misses it to the right. It's a minus score.
2 minus scores to Kelsey Smith today, both in the second half. One in the third and one in the fourth. French, Summer, wastes no time. Runs out of full back, kicks it towards centre half. Back for the Burnie Dockers. Getting back there was Smith, and receives the handball from her teammate. That might have been Park McCabe. A free kick has been found there by the umpire. I'm not exactly sure what for. And is that French? I think it is. Oh, it steps Cox once, twice. Can't do it a third time. Finally gets boot to ball. Edwards. In fact, that might be Wickham that had her head down over the football. Did she receive the free kick? No, we're going to get a ball up. So this time, 2 different ruck people in the middle. One down by Burnie. Smith there's first for the Saints. Loses possession. And she's deemed to be holding the football. So the free kick will go to Chandler and the Burnie Dockers. Jacob.
Kicks a big one to centre half forward. They need a goal, the Dockers. Carey Couldn't quite get onto it. Receiving a handball there was Howard. She just hacks it away. Chance here for Sophie Edwards. She kicks it up in the air. No mark taken. Players all over the footy here, and we're going to get a ball up on the outer side of West Park. Clouds well and truly settled in for the afternoon. So even contest in the ruck. Trying to get a kick away there was Johnston, but it was smothered. And now a free kick here going the way of the Saints. I think it might be Johnston who ends up with it.
Yeah, scoreboard here at West Park hasn't been updated. It's Circular Head that are 3-5, playing Burnie 1-2. Jago gets the handball. Goes further afield, Sayward kicks the ball inside forward 50. They're unable to make use of it, the Saints. Coming back onto it was Tyler, gets a boot to ball, straight up and down. That might have been Harvey, it was indeed for the defence of Burnie. Here comes Jago, kicks inside forward 50, out in front of Piper Wickham, goal scorer in the first term. Ball gets knocked towards the boundary line and finds that sanctuary, and Circular Head Saints have the opportunity to reset and hopefully for them consolidate, Jacob, with less than 5 minutes to go.
So ball about to come back into play. McLaren grabbed it out of the ruck. She got a handball away out wide. Jago coming in to try and collect it there. Bodies all over it. It's been a physical game. And we're going to get a ball up. Forward flank for the Saints. McLaren having a go in the ruck with French. Taps it out wide, but only as far as Brooke Chandler. Kicks it up in the air. It's bouncing to the boundary line. Last touch comes into play here, and it's a free kick. Jago to take it.
So Jago, one of the Saints' best today. Kick was end over end. It's going to be cleaned up by Monique French. Gets a handball away. Good pressure applied, including by two Saints players, one of them being Kelsey Smith. She's going to receive the free kick, and it's 50, and that was because of the confusion of the Burnie Dockers player. She stepped over the mark, and the free kick will now be taken, I'd suggest, at the top of the goal square. So Smith should consolidate here and ram home the advantage to the Circular Head Saints. Smith being their best player today. Off one step, salutes, and she takes her tally to 1-2, makes that margin 21 points, and with the time remaining, which is 2.5 minutes, I'd say that the Circular Head Saints will get their first 4 points of the season, Jacob, and it might even bring them off the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, absolutely. 26 points, as we mentioned off the top. The last time these two teams met, it was Burnie's way.
She's pretty happy too, is Kelsey Smith.
Absolutely. She's a great player, so back in the middle we go. Dynan and McLaren do battle. Neither ruck really hit that decisively. French receives a handball, just belts it inside 50. It lands on grass. Running onto it there was Brown. She's been dispossessed. Howard comes in. Umpire blows his whistle. Looks like it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Saints.
Certainly is, from inside their defensive 50. Back towards the centre square. They can take the risk because they have the advantage on the scoreboard. Who's going to get there first? Dockers are able to knock it out. It's all Saints across half back. They bring it back towards the centre. They try to get the handball away through McLaren. Dockers now in the hands. I think that might be Edwards. Steps inside, shares it with a teammate. That was Wickham. Finds, is that Watling? I think it is. She's not sure what to do with it. little bit of composure being lacking there by the Saints. They really could have consolidated there, Jacob, unfortunately. But they get the opportunity to reset the top of the goal square.
McLaren taps it down. Ball spills out. Looks like it's going to be another stoppage. Top of the goal square for the Saints. McLaren grabs it out of the ruck. Johnston got a kick away. Trying to burst through there was Tyler. Can they get one more, perhaps, the Saints? Umpire blows his whistle. Not long to go, Xavier.
Not at all.
They're going to win their first game.
The Saints go marching in. And they did it at round 12. And it's the Circular Head Saints at West Park, 4-5-29, defeating the Burnie Dockers 1-2-8, and it's 21 points the margin. They led at 6 at quarter time. They led it by 12 at half time. They extended the margin by an extra 2 at 3/4 time, and they brought it out to 21 points at the final siren. Goal scorers for the Circular Head women, 2 to Leanna McLaren, 1 in the first and 1 in the third. And singles to Piper Wickham. That was in the first half in the first quarter. And Kelsey Smith at the back end in the fourth for the Burnie women. Single goal kicker went to the vice-captain. Opportunistic over the back, Monique French in that second term. Some better players for the Burnie Dockers, our losers today. And they may actually now drop to bottom place on the ladder, Jacob.
They could do. It's obviously going to come down to percentage now that both these teams are on one win apiece. But no, Clark was good in the ruck, won a lot of hit-outs. Moran was superb. Thought the Frenches were good. And who else am I missing? Dynan. I've been mentioning Dynan quite a bit. But unfortunately not their day.
No, unfortunately not. And so tables are turned from the round 7 fixture, where it was the Burnie Dockers that took the chocolates down at the Smithton Recreation Ground. And the Saints are pretty happy. There's going to be a couple of stops on the way home. One would think that they'll pull into Rocky Cape, one of the club's sponsors. And I'm sure they'll patronise there. They might even stop at the Forest and Berry. Berry and Forest. On their way through to their club rooms at the Smithton Recreation Ground. They're better players today for